Who is this? Hi, it's me. I want to see your apartment. Oh, you're here for the apartment tour. Well, come in. Hello and welcome to my Melbourne luxury one-bedroom apartment tour. I'm living in a one-bedroom apartment here in Marina Tower. And why am I telling you exactly where I live? Because I'm already moved out by the time you're watching this. Because yes, I'm moving, which is a completely different story. If you've been here for a while, you know. If you're new here, hi, my name is Vicky. I'm a single woman living here in Melbourne. I'm originally from Austria, but I've been living in Australia for I think almost 13 years now, so it's been a while. I've moved a lot, I've lived in Sydney, I've lived in Melbourne, so yes, I know a lot about apartments. There are also apartment tours here on this channel, so please do subscribe if you are new. All right, let's get started in my somewhat messy hallway, entryway situation here. In my defense though, there isn't really any space to put anything. So storage is an issue in this tiny one-bedroom apartment, as you will see. Yes, my coats are hanging here on the door, which is like the only solution I could come up with because I only have one wardrobe. But I mean, at least it is convenient because I can just grab my coat on the way out. And yes, not only are my coats here, my handbags and tote bags and my hat are hanging here. There was a hook already, so I didn't put it there. It was here from the previous tenant, and for a good reason, because yes, you need some space to put stuff. And because I needed even more space to put my things, like my keys, my sunnies, and just everything that you need when you walk in or when you walk out. So that's all here in a negative turtle because it's bent the wrong way. And of course, I always have a candle burning here because that's just how it is. Actually, it's just for the apartment tour, as you may have guessed. And then I've got my handbags down here. And of course, my shoes are here on this shoe rack. I always meant to buy a decent shoe cabinet, but it just hasn't happened. And yeah, it's not gonna happen anymore. But at least I can sort of organize my shoes. It's not very pretty, but I mean, yes, it does the job. All right, let's continue to the bedroom. And this is it. It's not huge, but it easily fits my queen size bed. Also because I pushed it all the way against the window because I quite like a little bit of wind on me when I sleep and looking out of the window and enjoying my views. I will show you my views in a minute. So yes, this is the bed, and you may have seen me building the bed and failing in one of my previous videos. So if you're interested in seeing how I built this bed, then yes, I will link that episode down there in the description. So that's why I pushed it all the way against the wall, also to create some space here, because yes, I am a musician and I need a little bit of space to stand here and practice. Also, there is my chest of drawers that you've probably seen in previous apartment tours. By the way, if you want to see my luxury apartment that I had in Melbourne before I moved into this one, that is actually on my travel channel, the whole apartment tour. And that apartment and that building was awesome. All right, so this is my chest of drawers that holds like my socks, my undies, my pajamas, and my workout clothes. And behind me, there is my music stand. It lives behind the door. And here is my only wardrobe. And it is very, very messy in there. I give you a quick glimpse anyway. Lots of backpacks up there because, yes, I review them for my travel channel. And yes, more backpacks down there and clothes not very well organized. So I'll spare you with the details. And there's like shelves on the other side. And yes, I mean, I managed to fit everything. I also have some stuff under the bed. And then, yes, my filming light is here behind the bed that I use for my professional filming. And here are my artworks that I painted in 2020, and I never got around to hang them, unfortunately. All right, and now let's have a look at the bathroom, shall we? And yes, of course, I do have a candle burning for this special occasion. So yes, there isn't that much to see. There's my sink. Underneath the sink is where I keep my towels. It's also a bit messy. And my makeup and my scale. Then there we have the toilet and neatly folded toilet paper for the apartment tour purpose. Then here is my bath mat that I love. And I only have a shower, no bathtub. However, I do have a folding bathtub. that permanently lives here folded up. But on cold days it comes out and I use it and I absolutely love it. I had the best baths in this thing. Totally worth it. I got that on Amazon for like $100. And that sums up the bathroom. Next, we've got the laundry. I want to say laundry room, but it's not much of a room. And it's messy in there. I do apologize. So this is my shopping trolley, like old women have. And I mean, yes, I'm not young, so I'm using this when I carry a lot of stuff. And yeah, just like everything goes in here, you know. Ironing board and my Dyson is behind there, and this is a washer and dryer combined, which is awesome because yes, there is enough space to stack a washer and a dryer, but I wanted to have that extra space because yes, there isn't that much storage. All right, so that was the laundry room, and here is the kitchen. It has a Miele gas stove, which is incredibly difficult to clean. But yes, I mean, it is nice to have a gas stove. And I do have a dishwasher, but only a dishwasher drawer. And yeah, I mean, it does the job, I guess. And then I've got a Miele oven, which is also very nice. And my juicer and my blender and like everything lives here in this corner. Also boxed water, because yes, I don't drink the tap water. And if you remember my brand deal that I had, I think it was the first brand deal here on this channel with Adaptolatte. So here's my collection and I am really addicted to it. I love it so much. Like that was the best brand deal ever because this is almost completely gone. This is my nighttime hot chocolate. It is so good. And I'm not sponsored right now. I'm just saying, like, I had a brand deal with them and I've been using it ever since and I absolutely love it. There's also a matcha. And because the packaging is so nice and because I use it all the time, that's why it's sitting out here. Because other than that, I try to keep the kitchen like very plain. If you're interested, I will link it again down there in the description because highly, highly recommend it. Then also I've got my creatine, which I would also recommend because yes, it helps with brain fog. And I feel a little bit less foggy and it helps also with like building strength and muscle. And I mean, I do go to the gym every day and I'm still trying to get a six-pack by the end of the year and we are running out of time, you guys. So anything that helps is very welcome here. And then also I've got my gut support blend, which I have not taken for a while and I definitely should. All right, and then we've got the sink, cutlery and messy, messy drawers. And I mean, the sink, it is really hard to wash anything in the sink, I have to say, because water sprays everywhere. Plus, I mean, you've got nowhere to put things to dry. So look, this kitchen, I think, was designed for someone who once in a while makes an avocado toast. Not for someone like me who is cooking pretty much every day. And it's also really hard to keep it clean because of how white it is. But I mean, it is a good looking kitchen and it has actually more storage than you would think because also the fridge is here, separate. Sort of hidden. I won't show you the insides because it's not very tidy in there. And then up here, also not very tidy, I do apologize, is all my breakfast stuff because I love my breakfast. So that's getting its own area. And then up there is sheet music because yes, I'm a musician. And oh my God, it's gonna be messy in here. I don't know if I should show you just a quick glimpse. So I use this as my pantry and then down here is like filming equipment and like random other things. And I've got my linens and extra sheets up here in the top section. All right, and that brings us to the living room. You've probably seen this area a million times, especially in my backpack reviews that I do on my travel channel. It's called Non-Stop Travel VV if you're interested. And if you want to see me sitting there and talking about backpacks. So that always happened in that corner over here, which is also my workspace. So that's why my laptop is out because yeah, I'm working from this because I don't have space for a desk. And here is where the chill area starts. There's my huge TV and yes, I do watch a lot of Netflix and shows and a lot of YouTube. Mostly YouTube actually, more than Netflix, I have to say. Then we've got some candles burning here, of course, because this is the fancy luxury apartment tour here. And yes, I've got a corner unit. It's really cool when it rains actually. I will see if I have some footage, I will insert it. And now it's like around 5 p.m. in the afternoon. It's summer here in Melbourne, that's why it stays light until like 8 p.m. I think. So yes, I get the afternoon sun and I get beautiful sunsets here, which is amazing. I do sit here on the floor when I'm at home for sunset and do a little sunset meditation. And here is my couch, which you would also have seen in many videos. And by the way, sometimes I also film my videos sitting down here, by the way, which you would probably recognize. And that leads us to the balcony, which is actually huge compared to the size of the apartment. And I mean, to be honest, I don't use it as much as I thought I would, even though it does get afternoon sun. And even in winter, it is actually quite nice to sit out here. It does sort of warm up a little bit, even though, yes, this is open, but it's sort of like it's more like a sunroom rather than a balcony, I would say. And I do apologize for my plants being half dead. I do feel really bad about that, but I don't know, they keep dying here. I do water them, but I think it's because we're so high up and there's a lot of wind sometimes. I mean, I'm just looking for excuses. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let me know in the comments. And then I've got my little table and chairs. And again, I did not spend a lot of time out here. What I do is like I hang my clothes out here and my clothes rack is folded up and here right now. And then I've got a window that connects to the kitchen. And I've got my moving boxes because yes, I'm moving very soon, which is a completely different story. This is only the apartment tour video. All right, you guys, so this is the apartment. Now I will show you the amenities. Let's start with the pool because I'm actually looking at it from my living room. There it is. It is a huge pool, I have to say. But because this is Melbourne and a lot of times it is extremely windy or very, very cold. And I mean, it is heated, but it's not like hot. So yes, it is a bit hardcore. And I did swim quite a bit in the beginning when I moved in a year and a half ago, but I haven't been probably for more than 6 months now. And there's also a spa, but I will show you when we are down there. So that is actually hot. But I mean, I can watch people and kids in there. And I know that they are not changing the water because I would see if they change the water. I don't know. So I rather just sit in my little folding bathtub. All right, let's go and check out the amenities. So this is the hallway, not very exciting, but I said I will show you everything, so I'm showing you everything. And here are the lifts. We've got 4 lifts, which is good because it is a big building, so usually it doesn't take too long. Ah, here we go, speaking of. All right, let's go to the gym and the pool first, which is on level 7. And yes, you always need to use your key cards to get into those areas. They don't let just anybody get into the gym. So this is the outdoors area, and you could have a dinner party here or even work from down here, which to be honest I've never done. But I sometimes take a mat when the gym is full, because the gym is tiny, and work out here in this area. And I mean, this is a very peaceful and nice area. So this is definitely a selling point for the building if you're thinking of moving here. This whole area is very, very nice. Nice views from here. You're not very high up, but you can see the water over there. And we've got trees and plants, and it's just very zen, I would say. But it also connects to the Vibe Hotel, which is this building that I can also see from my bedroom. So this is actually a hotel. So hotel guests are also using the pool. So on the weekends, it sometimes does get a little bit busy. But on weekdays, especially in winter, it's usually completely empty. So if you like to swim, this building is awesome because I think, is it like an Olympic-sized pool? I'm not sure, but it is a very big pool. I haven't measured it. So there you have it. So this was the pool and a quick glimpse of the spa because there were lots of people in there. All right, and now let's go down to the lobby. Apartment tour, yay! And this is my building. 8 Pearl River Road is the address, and it's called Marina Tower. There's also a passageway between the hotel tower and the residence tower. And in there is also a bike room, which is pretty awesome. I'll show you. Safe and secure. All the bicycles. Look at that. And there's mine. Hello bike, I haven't used you in a while. So this is where you come in. Then there's lots of seating here if you're waiting for a delivery or something. Here is the Christmas tree. More seating and a fireplace. It's not really fired up right now, but it is there and it is really nice and warm in winter. And then we've got the concierge desk, and this is the library, and technically you can work from down here, but there is hardly any internet connection and no Wi-Fi. So keep that in mind if you want to use this as your co-working space. And this is the area behind the lobby and concierge desk. So this is actually a huge space that is a little bit wasted, in my opinion. I mean, they're big couches, so you can sit here and hang while you're waiting for the mailman to come, because here is the mail room. And if you want food deliveries, they will put them all here, right next to the concierge, which is very convenient. So you can just pick it up whenever you're free to do so. Or if you have like furniture delivered or anything, that will be here. Or bigger pieces will be in there. There's a room also next to the concierge's office. All right, so the concierge. If you're watching this, hi, let me know in the comments if you like my tour. I hope I'm not hyping it up too much so that you don't have a lot of additional work of a million people wanting to have a tour of this place. But yeah, so he just gave me access to the mezzanine level because yes, usually you need to reserve 2 days ahead. Now I can give you the full tour of all the fancy amenities. I love the wooden floors and it smells really nice and clean up here as well. The first thing is the cinema, because yes, there is a cinema and I never used it. I should have, but at least I can show you now what we've all been missing out on. Oh, it's dark in here. All right, and this is the cinema. It's actually really nice. Look at it. So it has a huge screen, and then I think you just connect whatever device you have that plays movies, and then you can watch it on the big screen in here. Really nice. You can bring a lot of people and do a big movie night, which I never did, unfortunately. Now I regret that I never did a movie night. Too late now. From here you can see that passageway, and the bike room is down there. And here is a huge area where you can really entertain if you are into that. If you're not an introvert like me, then here's a couch and here is a pool table. Look at it. And you can also chill in this corner if you feel like it and look down at the lobby. Here we've got dining room 2. See? There you have it. Pretty nice round dining table. And then there is a kitchen. Let's see if we can get into the kitchen. Yes. Big kitchen here. There you have it. So you can really cook a very nice dinner. And the other dining room is a little bit different. Let me show you. I did film a video in here the other day. Let's push. And here you have dining room number 1. So if you want to entertain while you're cooking, this is your room. And then there are also toilets down here. So I think I've showed you everything. This is the building. I do highly recommend it. And also this building does a Christmas party every year. There you have it. So this is my apartment tour. Oh my God, I will miss this place. Do I recommend it? Yes, absolutely. So nice and quiet here. This is like the very end of Docklands, but I also have like a big shopping center area. It has a chemist warehouse, it has a Woolworths, of course, it has like an Asian grocery market and quite a lot of cafes. So that's the district and that's just like across the building. There's also a tram stop just in front of the building, which is awesome, and that takes you to the city. And also it is a security building. So there is a concierge here 24/7. Hi, if you're watching this. They are all super nice and super helpful as well. But yes, they're here also during the night, so you can really always feel safe. And I know you all want to know how much do I pay for this apartment? $560 per week, which I think comes to 2,400 and something Australian dollars per month. And while there's also parking, by the way, I didn't show you the whole like loading dock and parking area, but yes, there are a few parking levels, but I don't have a car space because yes, I don't drive anyway. But yes, if you want to move to the building and you do have a car, yes, there are car spaces as well. And a quick shout out, of course, also to my real estate agent. I'm renting through Redefine Real Estate. They are super nice, super helpful, and they have a lot of apartments here in this building and also in other places to rent and to buy. So check them out. They are super nice. And if you want to live in this building, then maybe mention that Vicky from Vicky Viola Vlogs recommended you. And I'm sure they will help you find an awesome apartment in Melbourne. All right, on that note, speaking of awesome apartments and awesome apartment tours and awesome subscribers, thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching. Please give this video a like. And I will see you in my next video, which will be my moving vlog, because yes, I'm moving out. Yet there will be a lot of exciting videos coming up. All right, love you guys. Bye.